position. Looking good. That's real close today. Excellent. Okay. You guys are looking amazing. Hi there, it's Paint with Josh. Nice to see you again. Welcome to the Paint with Josh experience, or whatever we call it, show. Right? Now, how do we get that green in there? I'm gonna go through on our 20 by 24 inch canvas. I'm gonna go through everything that I've done prior to turning on the camera so you can get lined up for the exact same moment. So if you're watching this show after the live, press pause right now. Right after I tell you what we're gonna do or what we've done, so you can do that and then get the same colors out, okay? So we have a 20 by 24 inch canvas. It does not come black. I had to make it black with our black gesso, let it dry completely. It's an acrylic watery paint that dries very fast. Once it was completely dry, and then it came time to paint this scene, I covered the canvas in our Bob Ross liquid clear, using as small amount of it as possible, scrubbing it out, doing as much as we possibly could to spread it as far as we can, making our muscles bigger, right? Because it takes a good amount of force to spread that stuff around. Then I'm gonna take 2 little bits of paper towel. I use the Viva brand. I don't know about you guys, whatever you use, you know what I mean? Every brand is gonna leave some little bits of paper towel on the canvas if you push too hard. You do have to push with a fair amount of force to remove the excess clear paint that we put on. Right, so by the time you get done, your paper towel should be looking pretty funky. Just like that, right? All you need. Now, we've taken off the majority of paint, but it's still very slick, very wet. You can see by the tips of my fingers that it's still nice and wet over there. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint a really cool Aurora Borealis nighttime seascape over some mountains. It's gonna be amazing. And what we need to do first is lay out our colors. We're gonna be using our dioxazine purple, our madder, that's where it was, our madder carmine from the Meaden set, then our Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, midnight black, and titanium white, all from the Bob Ross set. So dioxazine purple, Gamblin, Meaden, Bob Ross set, okay? You don't have to have the exact same colors every time we do this. Like, just whatever you have works fine. This madder carmine is very much like a crimson, but it's much more vibrant and it runs further, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our first little guy and we're gonna pop in a stripe, just like that. Spreading it out, letting it extend from its normal thing, right? It's not just one stripe of paint and then you leave it. You gotta blend that sucker out. So you're making it softer as it goes further away from your initial contact point. We're gonna come back here again, grab a little bit more, and let's drop down another little stripey poo, which doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a straight anything, right? If you have it all weird in it, it's fine. Whatever, it doesn't matter, okay? Then we're gonna do one more, little small guy, right down here where he's gonna sort of connect. All right, so we'll just have a couple little stripes, 3 little stripes of color out on our canvas. Then we're gonna come down. You have to imagine, because you haven't put it out there yet, but you gotta imagine, there we go. Our back ocean has to be a different color. So let's leave a little disconnect in there, and let's put in the eye of our wave, not letting it get too far across the canvas, right? If that's where your eye is, that's where it should stay. That will leave us a lot of room to crash down with waves before we get to the other side of the canvas. So leave a gap there. It doesn't have to be super thick or whatever. And then again, we're gonna leave another little 2-inch gap, just the size of the brush. So by the time we get down here, right, we'll have that same gap, but we're gonna be working at a downward angle. So if we follow that angle up here, that means we need to start up there, and work down, and work down, and work down, just literally horizontal, except we're getting lower and lower and lower, making this very slight downward angle like that. Okay, and we're gonna leave a space underneath that guy. Actually, yeah, let's leave a space underneath him. We'll pop in a little bit more. Again, just another little section of color that we will then go back and brighten up. Now, I usually do this off screen, and I have it ready for us by the time that we are ready to paint, but a lot of people have been asking recently, how do you do the setup bit? What are you doing? How are you doing it? So you can see our stripes, right? 3 going that way, 3 going this way. So they almost come and meet and go down, right? These little stripy bits. They don't need to connect. Everywhere that's not stripy, as of right now, we're gonna cover with our dioxazine purple right on top of the brush. Now, if you put on too much purple, it will be too crazily thick, and then our white paint will never have a chance to be white because it's gonna wanna mix in with all these darker colors. So don't lay them on too heavily. I found that out in a class that we did in Sela. We're going back to Sela very soon, like maybe 10 days away. We're going to be teaching classes up in Washington again. Paint with Josh on the move. Just going to different studios. I would love, literally, I would love to travel and just do classes. You know what I mean? Like go out, borrow someone's studio for a little bit, teach the classes in that area. Remember back in here, a little bit of purple, and don't add too much. If it's too much, push it, stretch it out. Don't cover over our eye though. I would love to do that. So if you guys know anybody who teaches in the Bob Ross style in your neighborhood or your town, and you're like, hey, go ask them. Like, hey, can Paint with Josh come here and teach us a class? Have them contact me, or you contact me. You set it all up, and I'll be there. Right? Wherever it is, we'll try to be there. And if there's students, I will be there. A little bit of our purple color, mixing it in with that crimson color. Right, letting it fade down, mixing over that red. Then we'll do the last little section down at the bottom with our purple too. Then we'll be able to actually see some colors. I mean, you can see the red stuff. It's kind of hard to see the purple though, right? Very, very, very dark purple color. Dioxazine purple is its color title, and it's from the Gamblin 1980 brand. Now, I did this painting earlier today in class, but with teal and purple. So if tealy purple is your thing, be sure to go over to paintwithjosh.com and just scroll down one thing. Like the very first thing you'll see is this painting. And if you scroll one down, that'll be the next painting. There's only one of them, so you got to get it while you can. I'm telling you now, grab it while you can get it, because someone else is going to get it and you're going to be missing out. Okay, let's see. This guy, that guy. Dang. Okay, wash off our brush. Get all of that color out. And now we have, everywhere that's not red has purple paint on it. Right? So when we go across it with our white paint, it's going to interact with those colors and bring them out to play. Now, we can do our auroras in all sorts of different shapes, or however you do them, right? Just do it like this, right? If you plan on making your auroras come down this way, then lay your stripes out that way. If you want your auroras to come down the other way, then lay your stripes out kind of crisscrossing however you want your aurora to be. I'm going to take a little of our white, we're going to wiggle it down. You guys are going to check in, tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? Dude, I mean, this is a big paint, it's a big canvas, right? But do you think we could finish in under half hour if I really tried? Like the other one we shot for 24 minutes. This one's a little bit bigger. Just do you think it's possible to do this whole painting in under a half hour? And if enough of you guys think so, I will literally try. I will try to do it in under 30 minutes from when we actually put paint on the canvas. But you tell me. It's possible. It's possible. Mountain Valley with Aurora and a campfire. That's a cool idea, but we've already got our idea planned out for today. We've got it. Let's go, they say. Thanks, Rife Creations. Appreciate you, Phyllis. All things are possible, they say. All right, should we really try to do it? Because I'll have to cut all this bit out of the video when we actually go to post it. But, should we try? Should we try? Or should we take our time? It's up to us, really. We've got like 50 more minutes left of the show. So, let's see how not how quickly we can do it, but if we can do it quickly. Okay, so we're going to take our titanium white. Somebody start the clock literally now. Okay, we're going to come down here. Let's wiggle these guys in. You can see the white paint interacting with all the other color. We come up here, we grab it, and we slide it up. And the more pressure that you're pushing on it, the more it's going to interact with the colors below, right? The more white paint that you have that doesn't get pushed, the more bright it will be. Right? All we're doing is sliding up through those guys, or cutting down through the colors, trying to deposit as much of our white paint on our canvas as we possibly can. If you need them to grow a little bit extra, just mush the brush against the canvas like this, popping it up, popping it up, popping it up. Now, come over here, and in less than a minute, we've already painted 2 of our 3 Aurora stripes. Remember to go straight up. Drag it up, drag it up, drag it up. And all those little colors intermixing and just going wildly crazy, boy. We'll come down here with our last one. much flatter. Remember, we don't want to go down past where our back horizon is. Leave yourself a little bit of room underneath or on top of that eye. Pop in a little excess paint, come back in here, and in 1 minute, we've done our whole sky, literally done the entire sky. As much as you want, as little as you want. Remember, there's going to be a big, giant old mountain in here, which we're going to make out of our black, crimson, and blue paint. We're going to mix it down into this deep darkness. The deepest dark color you'll ever see. And it's going to be hard to see against our black canvas, which is why we need to project up, right up into those auroras, right? I never like it to be just really straight. So let's make it all rounded like. There we go. Really mush on this paint, covering up all those little excess deals. Doesn't have to be enormous. Right? Maybe there's a little hump over there too. Why not? Literally straight and remove the paint, and I'll show you just how much comes off. Look at that. That's enough to do a whole nother mountain. Quite honestly. Remember, we need to scrape it so it doesn't grow too far. Okay? Now let's come in here. Wasting time. Come down here, slide this mountain down. Boom, boom, boom. Just about half its peak. Come up, grab the other half, slide it off the back. All we're trying to do is black out the section in the background. We don't need it to be too big. Doesn't need to grow too far. Let's take a bit of our titanium white, a little bit of our purple color. Mix it up down here, a little bit more purpley. There we go. Nope, more purpley. There we go. There, that's better. See how the white paint sticks down around the bottom? Now that we got our little purple pile, let's make our white. So we're going to grab 2 times the amount of white, 1 little scrape of our purple. Let's mix it up right next door. So you can see it does have a little purple twinge to it. It's not just pure titanium white. Okay, now we're going to do our shadows first, meaning we come in here, we're going to scrape up the color. Let's come off the backside and just let it whip. Just how far can it go? How quick can you do it, Josh? Taking it down the mountainside. Maybe this guy's got a little touch of color right back in there. Just a little shadow. All right, come in again, same roll of paint, just with white this time. Trying to drag it down, let it deposit as thick as you want, but we're just floating the blade, all right? We're not touching it, we're not pushing on it, we're not doing anything, we're just floating out there, like literally floating it, which will allow it to break. It'll be thicker in some spots, and as the paint falls off the blade, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Now, if you want to project something over into your shadows, do it horizontally, or at least much less of a diagonal angle, okay? Come underneath that guy with a bit more of our purple, and let's shape where we want it to be. Slide it down, get a little projection out there, looking really cool, isn't it? Let's take our 2-inch brush very lightly along the edge, slide it, slide it, slide it in the opposite direction of which way we were going. So off the back side, we gotta turn it. We gotta go like this, and we're not pushing on it so hard to take away any details. We're just pushing on it a little bit. Okay, now let's come in. Grab another brush. Because we don't have a lot of room down here, we don't really need this paint to go too far. So if we just kind of tap at it, leading it out to the side, it's going to take away some of those real heavy details that are on the bottom and leave us with this little bit of mist. A little misty action bit, kind of at the back of our little mountain area, right? So then we'll come in 4 minutes. We've painted the sky and the mountain. Tell me I can't do it in a half hour. Come over here. Now we're already on to our ocean scene. Come back, scrape in, scrape in, scrape in. Little triangle, okay? We're gonna come back with our next one, but it must cut through on a different angle, and then again, straight back right here. Little things. Right? Now, let's leave a disconnection of our finger up here. Let's turn the blade so we're just focusing on this angle, which is very much like this. It's a downward angle. And here's what we found out in class earlier today. If you have struggling with it, just tap it in about 2.5 times, turn it, tap it up, about 2.5 times, create your little V shape like that. Then, with whatever's there, right? More pressure will drag it further, less pressure won't. Take this guy, go off to the side. You see the different angle changes? One is going down here, one is going over here. Down here, over there. It's gonna make it look different. Look at that. Seriously, 5 minutes? 5 minutes of painting, and we've done this already, right? You don't have to connect these guys. We don't have to do anything else except for add a little touch of our titanium white into the eye of the wave, keeping a separate space and making him look like a little swimmer. bulbous on the one side, little tail out the other, okay? Then we'll come in with our 1-inch brush. We'll take it, we'll mix it very lightly, and as it goes, watch how I turn the brush up this way. Just kind of push some of that brightness right up underneath, just right underneath that dark separator. Blend it out. A lot of times it never goes perfectly on the first one, so I come back with a little bit more brightness, especially right in that bigger area where it peaks over. Take it, blend it. Now we got 2 different colors, couple different colors in there, right? Now we'll go into our liquid white. Come back here. You guys check in. Tell me where you're watching from. Seriously, we've done 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes, and this much of the painting so far. We're going to come back up here, tap along the top edge, just right there. Just to have a few little weird, little brighter little bits. Then we're going to turn our brush like this and hold it flat like a plate. Imagine if I had all my fruit on top of my plate, and then I tilted it towards the canvas, just a little, just enough so my fruit rolls off, right? Then we're going to go very small taps. Bang. Now we're going to cut through this area underneath, in between. See, we've got dark separators. Perfection. Yeah, guys. Now, as we smack up this way, you can go as high as you want. Literally, it could be the same height, it could be a little bit higher. Just don't have it be lower. This side's already hit, smacked. And the same thing, we're making the same diagonal little check mark of an angle we did back here, okay? It's gonna help, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's gonna help if you have some of this paint over there crashing down. Okay? Now, obviously it looks a little strange, so we come in here and we mix it up. And if we're very lightly, and I'm talking about so light, and not just steamrolling it from one side to the other, right? We're taking it and mixing it, and then jumping up here and mixing it, going over there, coming back over there, mixing it down over here, up here, back here, over there, over there. So it's not a perfect, look at that color! My goodness. You don't want it to just push and look exactly the same across the whole thing. A little bit more liquid white, a little bit more titanium white. Make sure it's goopy. And as we come up here, we're gonna do the same thing but less times. Right? It's not so filled in as it was before. I'm leaving gaps in there for a certain reason, because when we come mix it up, we want it to be brighter in some spaces, darker in other spaces, and we don't want to go over it as many times as we did the first time. Otherwise, it's all going to look the same. So leave some unpainted bits. Leave some things that just literally got one swipe over, right? Some untouched, some everything. Very cool. Time to put the paint down. Let's go over here. We're going to grab a little bit of our liquid white again, very small amount. It doesn't have to be too much, but you want the pure liquid white. We're going to go off the back side of the blade. So if you're a lefty, it would be the front side of your blade. Back side for a right-handed person. The majority of the paint off, it's coming here like this. Let's turn it and then flick. Now, depending on how much you flick or how wet the paint is, it will fly out onto the canvas, up into the sky, into the mountain, everywhere. All these little flicks, little specks, little things are in your control. You can have them be as bright, as thick, as close, as crazily covered as you want it to be. Don't worry about anything that happens down here. But look at that, you guys. Quite honestly, are you serious? We're going to come back in here with our liquid white and titanium white mix, just like this. Cut out a little bit. You see it's very runny and very goopy compared to its normal state. We're going to pick a spot right here, go all the way across, straight line, start right there. Pop it in, cut it down. You can see why we need that downward angle on our little guy back here. Right? The more that we go, the more we go down, down, down. Don't make it crazy, right? Make it the same angle as this, so they're perpendicular lines. You know what that means? It's like a train, you know, train tracks? Perpendicular. They run the same way, straight forever, right? So make that happen with your waves. Come back in, and then just add a little bit of excess stuff. Just mushing it on if you have to, right? Filling in some of those colors, just letting it mix this, that, and the other. Now, check in, tell me where you're watching from, and then you got a really cool looking bit of wave right here, my friends, my guys and gals and painting pals. Look at it. And again, I'm going to show you just real quick, even though it's going to cut into my time, right? That line and this line, wherever our water is, should be very straight. This one's at a little downward angle, so I could, in theory, raise it up a little bit higher. There we go. Yeah, right there. So across from that side to this side, pretty straight line, and there's our bits of water that you can see, right? So that's going to keep your perspective looking fabulous, guys. Quite honestly fabulous. Now this takes a little bit more time to do it this way, but it also makes it look really cool. We're going to take our liquid, our liner brush, load it full of liquid white, and then just start wiggling it. You gotta go back before you go up, right? You can't just get in there and immediately start launching up without going back first. And again, all this stuff is supposed to look weird. We're gonna brush it out, right? All we need, a couple little things. These guys get flatter and flatter and flatter as we go. Like I said, this does take a little bit longer time-wise, but you get a cool little effect by the time you get back in there. Right? Throw them in there, take our fan brush. Because it's liquid white, it wants to blend away very easily, right? So we'll get very flatter as we go out. Those cool little things, bang, bang, boom. All those little details, little bits of foam, little bits of whatever, growing up inside the wave. Very cool. Let's do one more, right? We haven't done one like this for a minute. Maybe we'll add in a little rock over here. We'll take our liquid white, titanium white mix again. It's about 90% liquid white, 10% titanium white. Let's pop in a whole other thing down here. It's got to be brighter than our wave is back there, and then cut down at that angle. And then from the bottom of that guy, I'm going to take it and cut in a whole new little line, which again is going down at an angle. Okay, very slight little angle. Okay. Now on this guy, why don't we just take these ones and we'll just slide it back with our fan brush. It'll be a different look to our water. We don't want to have too much paint on the brush, and we don't want the paint to grow too far. And as you can see, as we go down, we're literally pulling directly horizontal. Each one of these guys is a horizontal line just stacked on top of itself. Don't try to pull it this way. Don't try to angle it. Don't try to do that. Straight sideways, I'm telling you. I've done too many of these to know what happens when you don't go straight sideways, okay? This little guy on the side, we're just going to mix up his base, just the base. There, just a little, so we got that water over there, okay? Now, underneath our little bassist, our little guy back here, we're going to take all of our liquidy white, titanium white mix, and guys, we've been doing this painting for 13 minutes, and it's got a mountain in it. 13 minutes, mountain seascape, and we're already almost done, my lord. We're gonna come in underneath here, take this guy, more down here, less as you go, and again, working up at that angle, I'll show you. In fact, we do want more. The only way you can mess this part up with our liquid white and titanium white mix, the same 90% mix we've been doing this whole time, 90-10, 90-10, 90-10. Right? Push it down. You cannot mess this part up, you guys. Unless you let the two colors touch. All right, if we have these two bits of white paint up here touching, right, then we're gonna not understand what's going on when we go to do our next step. A little bit more, you can have as bright as you want, as dark as you want. You can see we're working that downward angle again. Why don't we come over, Shaw? We're gonna come over here and let's just see. Remember, you guys can grab this painting. It's available over on my store. You can get it, pull it down, pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Yeah, very lightly, right? Again, longer strokes over here so we keep that maintained angle. And then this is one I always ask, does this look like sand, guys? I have to ask, right? We went 26.8 million views on that video, and people expect me not to ask if this looks like sand. What do you think? Does that look like sand? Tell me yes or no in the comments below. Man, this one is fantastic. Yeah, guys. Nope, we're not doing brown for sand on this one. We're doing purpley pinky sand. You can do whatever you want, right? It's up to you. And I'm thinking a lot of you are telling me it looks like a waterfall. So what if we did this and we pulled all these little horizontal or vertical streaks, turned them into little horizontally streaks, blended them and blended them and blended them and blended them. Trying not to get too much paint over here in the bottom corner. Right? Oh, guys, that's cool. You see that purple stripe and then our pink stripe, and they're both lit up. So when we drag back across this guy with our next little layer, it's gonna look cool. I can't believe we've done this in 15 minutes. Let's take our dark paint. Let's not slow down. Let's come out here and just start making little steps down. Just like that, little step down. And whatever shape it is on the way down, it must also follow that same shape in the sand, right? Making a triangle. It's going to help. I'm telling you, it's going to help you with your perspective. So just trust, okay? Now, once we mush them all down flat, why don't we take these top guys and just cut in a bit where we're going to have this flat top and then a bit of vertical pull down. Same thing, we're going to take our little brush pull it down at that angle. So we're working a slight downward angle here since we have a slight downward angle there. Take these guys, pull them back if you can. Otherwise your darkness is really going to get out into your bright sand. That's all you need, a little patch, a little bit of different color, okay? Now we're going to come back with our liquid white, titanium white mix. Again, it's about 90, probably about 95 to 5 now. Okay, we're going to come out here along wherever our other guy was over here, right? Actually, this one. So straight across, that should be where our water comes in. And then we're kind of matching that downward angle. Remember, the liquid white does not want to run very far, so you got to have enough of it on the blade, enough push, enough pressure to deposit it all, right? However we want it. It doesn't even have to match. Literally, you can come down, go over here. It doesn't have to be a matching angle like our water out there. This is the stuff that came up and got stuck right onto our sand. Pop a little bit right there on the edge, and I'll show you why in a second. Make sure that you have that little ridge on the front. And you can literally dump off things where you want them to be, or take your brush. Right? This is why we put that little chunk up there. Just to grab it and slide it back just a little bit. And again, horizontal drags. Don't try to go at a diagonal. Okay? Horizontal, horizontal, horizontal. Don't change it. Don't pull it in a different way. Just like that. Oh, look at it, you guys. Seriously, 17 minutes for a mountain seascape. Let's bring. That looks cool. I need to fix this thing real quick though. It's not bright enough back here. We need to have that brightness go almost up and touch. And you can see again, we're pulling horizontal. So if I need it back there, I need to pull it from here so it stays a straight line. I don't want to start going at angles or doing anything. Shrink that little dark separation back. Then we're going to grab this little guy and bring him down. Just a little bit of liquid white. Using the paint that's there, right? Bring it down on top of that shadow so it's not so big. And all of a sudden, you're going to have this little lip of water with a little teeny tiny little shadow underneath it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And if it comes out onto your sand, that's okay, right? It comes down there, perfectly fine. This is the closest part to us. We should be able to see a little bit more of our details if we're way over here. Right, look at that for a painting, you guys. Seriously, 18 minutes. Let's go. Let's do it. I told you, I got so much time. I gave myself a half hour to do this, and we've done it in 18 minutes. At least once we had the canvas prepped and ready. I know we got to do our rocks still. We did this already, so let's back up from our canvas. And let's start sprinkling out little white specks. Little guys, remember, if you have too much paint on the brush or on your blade, it's going to throw too big of specks, right? Sometimes I like some bigger ones. Have out there. They look like little seashells and such. Little things. Don't worry about getting them in your watery retraction area. They could look like stars. It could look like it's reflecting this bit of water. Even if I added more over there, right? Kind of looks like it's reflecting those bits on that very shiny surface. If I wanted it brighter in certain places, I can make it brighter in certain places. It's all up to me every single time. How come when I look over there, it looks like a rounded, where is that? What is that? Oh, it's that. Gotcha. Get a spray. Okay, very cool. And then the more that you throw out here in your sand, right, the brighter it will be, but you'll have those little reflective pieces in there. Now, let's just sign it just to be cool. All right, we did the whole painting. We're going to do our rock too. Since I got this brush in my hands, come back here. Just go, that's crazy boy. Bink. Little birds flying out there. Nobody's even expecting them to be there, right? And I know birds don't fly at night, but my birds do. They're part of my signature. Come down here. We're not finished just yet. We still got loads of time. We're going to come in and take our crimson and white. And a little, oh shit, that got into the green color. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I try not to swear during the videos. Come over here with our crimson and a little touch of our white and make like some pinkish reddish highlight. There. Too much white. And it's going to be way too pink, right? Take some of that red, let's just deposit it flat along the top, letting it grip on to whatever paint is there, right? Sometimes you can tap it, just literally tap it in where you want to have that color. It doesn't all have to be the same amount of brightness, and you can even tap down here and have a whole nother piece of it catching some light, right? Without even doing anything. We didn't do nothing. We did literally nothing. Call it good. 20 minutes for a mountain seascape. Oh my goodness. I am flabber to the gas, dude. All right, let's take a little bit of our dioxazine purple. We're still on the clock. We're still on the clock. Little dioxazine purple and the odorless minerals. Actually, no, not the purple. Excuse me. We're going to take our crimson. We have a crimson eye. Then we're going to need our madder carmine or crimsony paint. To the brush. Come down right from here. A couple little things. Little details that are in there. Veins in our eye or whatever. You don't need to have too many. Look at that, though. Seriously. And still within 20 minutes. It still has not changed. Okay, 21-minute painting. Wow. Wow. Little thing right there. Okay. Showed you could do it in 21 minutes. I don't want to hear you don't got time. Okay, we're going to come back in here. I'm just going to add a couple more little pieces of bright white just to have for my sea foam and stuff, you know what I mean? And it's just our pure titanium white. It's going to mix in. It's going to get crazy. It's going to start to climb. You just need it to be a brighter white down along the bottom than it is along the top. That way it'll look like it's casting a shadow. Holy shaving cream. Call it done. That's it. 22 minutes. I can't believe it. Oh, that's going to be another cool one. That's another cool one. Why do you add the veins to the wave? So, it's up to you, right? But if you're thinking about it, let me come back to you to make these guys a little bit crazier. There. If you're thinking about all these little white things that are rolling up underneath are still there. They don't go invisible. They just turn a different color and become part of the shadow as the wave is casting my hand. It's casting a shadow like that. So as you're rolling up, they have to change. They don't all have to be the same. They don't even all have to be like just a stripe. It can be a literal glide. It could be a weird little shape. It could do whatever. You could have it flowing off over here or over there or whatever you want, right? Just don't try to cover too much. But you have to show that same stuff that's rolling up and crashing over under the wave as well, because it is there. It's just not white anymore. We just can't see it. Yeah! So you got to help me come up with a title for this 22 or 23 minute painting. Love that little splasher against the rock. So cool. Oh, if anything, we do need to, let's call it a 23 minute painting. We do need to throw on just a couple little speckles down in here. Our water is hitting our rock. It's over on the side. Are they coming from the big one? Are they coming from the small one? We can even take this guy and make him smaller. Feed back a couple little things as it's rolling in, right? All things up to us. How it's shaped, how bright it is, whatever we want. So you guys come up with a title. Remember, you can grab this one. It's a big old canvas, and just because we did it quickly does not mean that there's a single thing wrong with it. Look at it. Look at it. I can hear that. Little bits of bright on the front. We can even drag back little bits of texturous pieces, right? I don't want to spend too much time on it because I do want to keep it a true, quick painting. And again, you do not have to be as fast as me, right? I literally wanted to challenge myself and see, because we could do these with our eyes closed all day long, right? But can we do them in 23 minutes? Absolutely we can. Absolutely. So all I need you guys to do is go, first come up with a title, right? And then take your butt over to paintwithjosh.com, put this one in your cart and check out. That's all you gotta do. Aurora Rock. I like that, dude. Look at those auroras. My Vampire Beach. That's a cool title. That's a cool title. Aurora's Haze. I dig it. I dig it. That shadow underneath, you guys. Anything, right? You could leave it like that. But if anything, I'm going to just bring it down just a little bit more. Just kind of using that paint that's already there. Shrinking it. Bring it down. Until I like it. That's me. Just literally an eighth of an inch. A 16th of an inch sometimes. Can help it. But if you guys come up with a title for this one, then that's going to be wicked cool. And you'll be helping me out a whole lot. Now remember, if you purchase it during the show, you get to choose the title forever. Dude, I can't believe it came out that good in such a small amount of time. Literally the smallest amount of time. Just softening those little things. That's just a little touch. My goodness. Okay, let's watch the big old brush. You guys hit me with your titles. What should we name this painting? Then remember, if you get it during the live show, then you get to pick the title forever. You get to tell us love to call it, and remember, it's a big one, 20 by 24 inch. It's not your everyday paint with Josh size. It's a bigger canvas. It's filling up your entire screen. Dude, I'm so excited to download this one, cut it up, and then get it up on YouTube for you guys. Seriously, 10 days ago, I posted my other 22-minute video where we tried to not rush through, that sounds bad, but tried to make it within a time limit of 24 minutes. I gave myself 30, being this one being a larger canvas than that other one was, and we still did it in 23 minutes. That's insane. Quite honestly, insane. Now sure, you could go back and add details for days and days and days, right? Eventually, you're gonna decide when enough is enough. Small things up here. Small guys. Perfect. Okay. You guys come up with the title. I've already signed it. We birded it. We did everything. I've got all my brushes all cleaned off, and it's only 5:36. What is going on? They're big old, like, double extra big gulp. Just because I've been talking so quick for 30 minutes. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That is a good one. Okay, let's see what we got for titles. You guys, Pink Sands, Crimson Crush. I like that. I like it, guys. Aurora Waves. That's a good one, Brett. Good A, good A. Beyond the Ice Wall. Dude, you guys have some serious titles over there. Quite serious titles. There, now I can actually see you. You can see the canvas, and I can see the comments and everything. Woo! As above, so below. That's a cool title, too. Look at that little guy. Dang. There we go. Perfection. Vein Mountain. Aurora's Glaze. This one's number 1950, guys. That means we're 50 paintings away from having 2,000 paintings. That's incredible. Isn't that incredible? Now, I had a good question in my class earlier today. They said, how do you clean off your palette without going through like so many paper towels, right? What I told them was like, well, look at all this paint, this heavy, thick, giant piles of paint. Why would I try to mush that with a paper towel when I could scrape it up, taking away the majority of it onto here? You can see it building up already. Right? And then there'll be less to wipe with your towels, okay? So look at all that. That would have got all in the towel and spread around and all that stuff, when in fact, we can scrape it up and then go back and wipe those areas. They much more easily become clean, right? So wipe those spots down, come over here, wipe it off. That's why I like the black palettes, because you can actually see when you got the paint residual off versus the clear palette's harder to see. We do offer both. I have Paint with Josh palettes in black and clear. Right now, since Julie got my last small black one in class today, I have the large clear and large black ones, just like this. If you're interested, the black ones say, special edition Paint with Josh in the night. Why I wore the in the night shirt today. So you guys come up with a title for it. Hit me with your titles. And then remember, if you grab this one during the show, then you get to pick it forever, the title, right? So, I'm even going to lower the price a little bit because we did it so quickly. So let's drop it by 20. There. Save. Right. 20 bucks off because we did it in 23 minutes. I'll take 23 bucks off because we did it in 23 minutes. Golly, though. Look at it. Seriously, what do you want? What do you expect? Okay, so I'm thinking if it was going to get purchased, it would have happened already. So let's title it. You guys hit me one more time with all your titles. Load them up, and we'll see who's going to be the title champion. Couldn't waste all that. I know. It's hard to, but you know, you can save certain colors and stuff, but when they get too bright and they're no longer the color of it coming out of the tube, then it won't work the same. And of course, we always got to finger paint a little bit. Filled in that little dark hole there. Didn't like it too much. Didn't like it all that much, you guys. So, like I said, head over to paintwithjosh.com, grab this one, throw it in your cart, and boy, it's fabulous. Okay, let's see. We do ship to the UK. Absolutely, we ship to the UK. UK shipping is another like 60 American dollars on top of whatever the price is for international shipping, but it will absolutely come to you. We just sent out, actually I'm sending out tomorrow, 2 paintings to Germany. And I've already got the label, everything's already printed up and ready to go. Actually not tomorrow, on Monday when the postman comes is when we'll get those paintings out to Germany. So they had come in and purchased some, I think it was yesterday morning, somebody in Germany came and got 2 paintings, spent a buttload, and they're going all the way over to Germany. It's awesome. Super happy. Super happy about it. Let's see. Twilight Mountain, Aurora Wake. That's a cool one. That's a cool one. Aurora's Release. Strawberry Moonlight. Dig it. Hey, somebody just got one of my palettes. Wicked. Who got a palette? Go see. Let's see what you guys are up to over there. Robert watching over on the tube got a palette today. And I saw you put in your order for your free stuff, Robert, but it wasn't free, so something must have happened with those shipping codes. And we'll get it figured out. Very light. You know what's cool too? Every so often, don't tell the YouTube people we did this because I'll have to cut this out of the video. But just, oh, I can't cut this video. It's a live video. Dang it. That's okay though. When we release the tutorial, the 23-minute mountain seascape tutorial, oh, I was telling you guys about that other one. I did that other tutorial 10 days ago. It's already got 25,000 views on YouTube. My videos don't get that much viewage on YouTube, so that one's really popping off and reaching a lot of new people, bringing in new subs and stuff, so that's really cool. Watch on. Oh, fix this guy a little bit. There, just a little bit more of that color back in there. And smallest little small little indication of something happening inside the shadows. In the shadows of the night. Okay. You guys have been fantastic. Let's pick a title. Let's see. Look, excellent. Thank you, House McCracken. I love you for that. Purple Pacific. That's cool. Thanks, William. Appreciate it. Crimson Lights. Don't forget the birds. They're there. Boop, boop, boop. Just very small. You're looking for them up here. When, in fact, in the mountain seascape, I always tend to put the birds in the mist, like they're flying low over the water versus up in the sky, right? So, gotta miss them, see? You gotta be looking for the little birdies out there somewhere. I love the shape of the wave in this one. Literally everything came out great. 23 minutes. I'm absolutely gonna download this one, chop it up, get it up there for you guys to watch. And then you guys can then you guys can pause and you know, stop and do whatever you want and follow along. And really simple though, really easy, came out amazing. I'm not even gonna touch it anymore. Like, not doing another single thing to it. I love the colors, I love the splash, I love the water, I love the rock, the sand. Okay, so let's pick a title, for real. For real, Majestic Skies, Misty Mauve. I like that. Because of the color, the crimson-y color. Sea Mountain, Rose Twilight, Crimson Crash. Who said that? There we go. Let's make it that. Let's pin that viewer right there. Crimson Crash. Crash, man. I like it. We're gonna come out here. I can't believe, guys, we literally did this one so quickly. I was trying to get through and rush through it because I was like, man, this is a bigger canvas. It's gonna take a little bit more time. There's more area to fill. There's all these like things that are gonna be different from the first little 22-minute white canvas seascape, which is very simple, right? And then what did we do? We took another extra minute. That's insane, literally insane. So Crimson Crush, I like that. That is a cool title. I mean, you guys have all had amazing titles. Right, we can only pick one. So this one, number 1950. 1950. There we go. That's a 9 in there. Calling it Crimson Crush. Like it. On 7, 19, 24. We're all going to go to paintwithjosh.com because it's the best place ever. You can get merch, you can get classes, you can book virtual classes, you can do all sorts of stuff. Over there, you just got to get over there and check it out. And if you want this painting, you got to be the very first person to be there and grab it. You never know who's over there looking. And we've got all these details in our wave. The veins, the eye, the foam, all the mountain texture. The auroras are so neat. It's freaking awesome. I love it. Boom. Boom, boom, you guys. So, let's keep this tutorial nice and tight over there on YouTube. You guys have been amazing. I absolutely love you. I can't wait to come back. We'll do it again tomorrow over on the tube at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. And blah, blah. Boosh. I don't know why I always say that at the end. Literally always say that at the end.